Okay, you're at the Watchman Way, June 23rd, 2020. Um, I have been getting messages almost every day from my guardian angels that something big is headed our way. Something big, something good. It's not just. Well, I think it's something big is coming for the world, and something big is coming for the Watchmen. Um, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I think. Oh, here we go. And here's Poppy. The big thing I was talking about is not Poppy making an appearance. Okay, Poppy, sit down. Be comfortable. Uh, Poppy, come on. Sit down. Come here. No, no, get away from there. It, you're too close to the camera. Come here. Get down here. Get down here. There you go. Sit in my lap. Oh. Poppy's a camera hog. Oh boy. Okay. Um, don't do that, Poppy. Lay down. Lay down. And I wonder why these things keep running longer. Um, anyway, it's all good. Uh, Something's going to happen, I think, with the Watchmen that are going to explode. It's going to explode our membership. I don't know whether it's going to be, you know, one of the live chats or what it is, but something is going to vault us ahead, way ahead. And I think it's more than just the. It's more than just what's coming. I think on the 4th, there's something big coming in the world by mid-July, I think, and I think it's the everything we've been talking about, the swamp draining. I think the economy, the reset. I think, and I think that could be it, because if this all happens by mid-July, what we've been talking about since 2014, and it all happens within a couple of weeks, like I said it would over a couple of years ago, that could be what propels us forward, and gets us the numbers. And this is a numbers game. The more people we get now, more members, the more people we red pill and prepare. And it's the same thing after we get the swamp drained. After we get through the satanic pedophiles and, you know, the swamp draining, the economy collapsing, we're gonna take the next step with the way at the perfect timing. Because if it all comes down like that within the next couple of weeks, and then it all happens within a couple of weeks of each other, the timing is going to be perfect for pushing the way forward. Poppy, Come here, puppy. Anyway, it's all good. And we'll see. Like something's going down. There's just too many. There's too many things going on that are kind of converging at the same time for this to be a coincidence. Something big's coming. Which leads me to my next topic, which is forgiveness. As this happens, and we've talked about this for a long time. When it does, Poppy, when it does happen, sit down. When it does happen, what are you going to do? When it does happen, we need to be ready for it. And we've talked about this, and not just ready for it, but ready to forgive, because we're going to have people coming out of the woodwork. We've all lost family. I don't want to say lost family, but maybe have family members that maybe the relationships are a little bit strained right now because of everything going on, cognitive dissonance on their part, but us also trying to wake them up. They're all going to understand when this goes down, whenever it is. When it goes down, they're going to understand what we've been trying to do. And many of them are going to reach out to us. Many of them who have probably treated you horribly, said nasty things, maybe not talked to you for months or longer. We have to be ready to forgive them with no hard feelings, and also to help them navigate this, because if they had shut us out, it means they probably know very little, and this is gonna be it's almost like a double penalty, because all this stuff they believe was conspiracy theory is hitting them upside the head, which we all know when you take it slow with this stuff, especially the pedophilia, it's hard to get through. But to get a tsunami of it, and that's how it's going to come now. In one way, it's like ripping a Band-Aid off, right? That they're going to get it all at once and it'll be over with. And the other good thing is that their learning curve, they'll learn what they need, and they'll also learn that it's over, right? That we've put an end to it. That was one of the hardest things for me, was, the learning about it was horrific enough, but then that it was still going on at the rate that it was going on was even harder for me to deal with. I've said it caused my stroke because I just internalized it and didn't understand what was happening, and pressure just kept building to the point where for like 3 weeks before I had the stroke, felt like my blood was boiling. I was so pissed off about the way it was going, right? They won't have to deal with that, because what they'll learn when they learn about it is that Well, it's over now. They're dead or they're a gitmo for the rest of their lives. These people, the people that we need to expose and eradicate, the satanic pedophiles. And we just can't rely on them coming back to us. We've got to reach out to, especially to the ones that we suspect are having a hard time, right? That are maybe even falling into depression because of this knowledge. And the thing you have to remember is they're not going to be able to stick their heads in the sand anymore. These red pills are going to be force fed. Whether they want them or not, they're going to get them because this is going to be on the news 24/7. If we go through the 10 days of darkness, I think most of this is going to come out, through President Trump. But when the media, whatever that's going to look like, I think there's going to be a huge shift in our mainstream media because most of the mainstream media is going to be gone. I think a lot of them are going to be in prison. I think a lot of them are going to be executed. People like Don Lemon, Jake Tapper, Chris Cuomo, guys who've been to Pedo Island. I'm sure there's video on them. They're not going to be around for very long. CNN's going to be toast. I think most of those garbage stations, MSNBC, will either be crippled or done. It's going to be a whole new landscape for the media, and there's going to be a much more balanced and even playing field, and maybe even slanting more conservative because of what we've been through for the last 20 years and how Project Mockingbird, the CIA program that took over the mainstream media, the one thing you can say about them is they were very good at what they did. Very good at the engineering, the social engineering, to the point where they almost won this thing, basically through the media. Just the fact that Obama got elected, the media did that. If the media was doing their job, he wouldn't have got through the primaries. Because the guy is born in Kenya, and everybody knew it. But, the black hats controlled the airwaves. That's all going to change. But getting back to the forgiveness part, we've got to get our minds right now so that we're prepared for this, because there can't be any hesitation. When these people start coming back, we have to be ready 100%. Take them in. That's the thing that scares the globalist, deep state, swamp, cabal, Illuminati. That's what scares them the most is
Come on, girl. Want to eat? Huh? You hungry?
Johnny?
Like your mom will get you home. She'll be home pretty quick and then you eat, okay, girl?
Anyway, it's going to be a big adjustment for these people over the next month, at least. So we're going to have to help them through it. Be prepared for that. And, the good thing is, too, we've got a lot of resources through the Watchman and a lot of people that can help out. So if you get into a situation where it's starting to overwhelm you, there's plenty of us to help out. So reach out if that happens. I have a feeling, especially the people on the East Coast, people in the liberal or living in the liberal areas, are going to have probably a much bigger workload than some of the rest of us. So, moving on to, yeah, where I was going with that, as far as the black hats, it's the thing they fear the most is us pulling together. The last thing in the world they want to see is conservatives and liberals uniting, basically America uniting, and that's what's going to happen when all of this is revealed. There's going to be a huge surge of liberals, like we've already seen these last couple of months with what's happening around the country. Democrats are leaving the Democratic Party, by the thousands every day because of what they're watching on TV, what's happening in our country. Nothing scares these people more than us. United, they can't. United, they can't stand up to us. It's why their whole game plan from day one has been, hundreds of years, divide and conquer. They don't like us working together. So when we do this, we're not only doing what God wants us to unite, but we're doing exactly the opposite of what the black hats, the cabal, the Illuminati want, the deep state. So it's all good. The other thing is the spiritual awakening that's coming. This is also, I think, going to ignite the spiritual awakening that is going to be unlike anything we've ever seen in the world. When this evil is revealed, it's going to drive people back to God. Because and some of the stories that are coming out about these deep underground bases and the battles that went on down there, there were demons down there. I mean, these SEALs, these guys who were down underground fighting these battles, I get many of them talk about shooting at entities that would just disappear. That's not normal. Now, those are going to be some really interesting stories that we're going to hear down the road. I think there are also stories that are going to cause people to reevaluate how they've been living their lives. I think that's what's going to drive the way, is that people are going to be looking for something that makes sense to them, that's easy to understand. There's nothing. It's common sense. The way is common sense. If you are a good person, you naturally want to do the right thing. You naturally want to tell the truth. You're more inclined to want to live your life in the service of others. Treat others with respect. Not use violence unless it's in self-defense. Want to pay it forward. It's natural, and it's a little bit different than any other church going today. I mean, again, I've been trying to challenge people to, prove me wrong. This is the most pure form of religion I've ever seen. And it starts with the structure, which there's no hierarchy, there's no priest, there's no pope. There's no way for the elite to control us. That's why it was never adopted by the elite. Because everyone's equal. It's when you compare it, just take Joel Osteen for an example. Mega church, mega mansion, flying around in jets, driving $300,000 cars, compared with the way. I've been doing this almost 6 years now. God called me in 2014. I haven't taken a penny, and I never will, for doing God's work. There's the purity of this thing, I think, is what's going to be so appealing to most people, because there's no way to corrupt this. The problem with money in church is that and you don't just ask almost any Christian. Most of them are so turned off by what they're seeing in their churches, they're looking for something else. I've talked to hundreds, if not thousands, over the last few years who are leaving their churches because they just couldn't be there anymore. Can't talk. The 501c3, they can't talk about abortion. And how do you rationalize attending a church that doesn't? I mean, how do you call yourself a Christian if you're going to a church that doesn't oppose abortion? People around the world are looking for something different, looking for the way. I don't know anything out there that's close, that's more pure. It's like donations. We're going to have, I think, trillions of dollars now. The watchman will have access to trillions of dollars through our investments in physical silver and Litecoin to pay forward. We're going to change the world. And our donations are going from our hands into the hands of the needy. There's no middleman. Nobody's taking a cut. The people doing this work are taking our money and paying it forward, not expecting anything in return. This is the church that God. I mean, the way is, and I should explain. In January of this year, so in 2014, God called me to be a watchman, to warn about the first ever worldwide economic collapse. This was in 2014 now, 6 years ago, basically. He showed me these things. And it's happening right now. The draining of the worldwide swamp, the exposure and eradication of satanic pedophiles. Also showed me Litecoin and silver as ways to protect ourselves from this disaster, this economic disaster that's coming. As opposed to, let's just say, the Catholic Church. Probably within the last couple of years, the probably the wealthiest entity in the world was the Catholic Church. You know, there's reports that the DOJ took plane loads of gold out of the Vatican the last few months. Their wealth is just the known wealth, just the artifacts, the paintings, and virtually every major artist in the world, that they've got loads of their artwork. It's, who knows? It's got to be in the trillions. How did an organization that was supposed to be helping mankind get and hold on to that kind of wealth? You know, to me, the wealth, the money, is a tool, you know, to do good with. If you're in a church and you're not seeing that, I think there's a problem. There was a problem for me. There was a problem for me with the Catholic. I was raised Catholic. By the time I was 12, I knew it was corrupt. Wanted nothing to do with it. When I was an altar boy, I went to parochial school. I could see how evil it was. And since then, it's 10 times worse than I thought it was, you know, when I was 12. And of course, the rest of the world is going to know that same thing very soon here. We've got to be ready for that crunch, because this is going to devastate the world. Cognitive dissonance is probably going to be our greatest threat through this. People just not able to make this fit, right? The problem is most people can't get past it. Just can't believe that the wealthiest, most powerful people in the world, by the thousands of them, torture and murder children. It's pretty tough to swallow. You know, I saved it for last of all the things that I had to learn, because I knew how tough it was going to be, and it was worse than I thought. But we get through it, and pulling together makes it easier for us all to get through it. We get through it together instead of alone, like we've had to do in the past. Now, everybody's going to know the truth. So it's going to be easier to talk about it, to find people you can talk to. I mean, I went 6 years where there was basically nobody I could talk to. Probably 5 of those years. That was one of the hardest things I had to go through. This is going to be a little bit easier, because there's going to be a lot of people that they're going to be able to lean on to help them get through this. So, anyway, moving on. Yeah, and I think organized religions are going to be exposed. There's going to be a mass exodus from most organized religions as this develops and we get into this. Most religions were created to control man, not to help man. It's all going to come out. Yeah. Just some notes I had. As the world learns the horrors of satanic pedophilia, they will turn to God in unimaginable numbers. going to be an explosion of spirituality, of people reaching for God because they don't want the other side. And I think it's going to be pretty clear in the next few weeks. There is a God and there is a devil. And I think that even I've talked to Christians who say, you know, they believe in God and the devil, but don't act like it. You're not going to, everybody's going to know it's true here very soon. Fired New York prosecutor was given Biden-Ukraine allegations in 2018, but never followed up. What a surprise. That's at Berman, Southern District of New York, basically Wall Street, Manhattan. The guy that got fired, I guess it was yesterday or the day before. Cleaning out that swamp. DOJ releases totally exculpatory Strzok notes to General Flynn's lawyers. So basically, in early 2017, they knew that there were notes in the FBI written by Strzok that there was no evidence, but Strzok's answer was, well, the people on the 7th floor, basically the Comey and the higher ups, wanted to pursue it. Well, this isn't communist Russia. This is America, and you need evidence. And there never was any. But we shouldn't be surprised, right? And the good thing is this is all coming out. There's going to be a tsunami of bad information coming out for the globalist agenda. The globalist agenda is finished. 2020 sees the end of globalism and this bullshit globalist agenda. Default wave arrives. Weekly bankruptcy filings suddenly soar to most in 11 years. So basically, since the last crash, this is the most since then. And this is just the beginning. Just wait, because this is going to make '08 look like a picnic, what's coming. Now, if you're prepared, extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo, physical silver and Litecoin, you're going to thrive through this. You're going to struggle if you're not prepared. Get your physical silver and Litecoin. All paper assets are going to zero. There is 100% for certain going to be a reset or Nasara, which is basically a reset. So be ready. Get your silver and Litecoin now. If Nasara doesn't happen, and that's a program that would save the pension funds, I'm not going to get into it now, but you can look it up. The problem for me with Nasara is, and I'm not saying it's not going to happen, I'm just saying that there's been, for this program, I know of at least 10 deadlines that they said it's going to happen by this date, and it never happened. Now, it doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but to me, it's more unlikely that it's going to happen now. We'll see how it plays out. Like, if it happens, it's icing on the cake. If it doesn't happen and you have your Litecoin and silver, it doesn't make any difference because you're a millionaire in 4 years anyway. curing the virus won't cure the economy. We've been saying that for a few months now. It's all over. The economy can't survive this. The economy's done. Get your money out. Get your money into physical silver and Litecoin. Seattle mayor folds on Summer of Love. Moves to dismantle CHOP protest zone after weekend shooting. Yes, one person died, another one's, I think, in critical condition. Look at this. 2 weeks ago, everybody was talking about we're going to have civil war. This is going to go on for a year. By mid-July, I think this whole thing is over. The scam about the virus, these riots, I think are all going down. I think they've cut off the head of the snake. I think the funding has stopped. The patriots are getting pissed. Antifa's getting their ass kicked out in the streets every day, and it's getting worse for them. They're starting to get shot. That's going to escalate. The longer this goes on, this whole thing is done, I think, in a few weeks. Catastrophic financial challenges. 42 hospitals closed, filed for bankruptcy due to virus pressures. This is just the beginning. Mall giant demands rent payments even as it skips its own. We talked about this company. They own like 200 and something malls, I think, or properties in America, and filed for bankruptcy a couple of weeks ago. Does this sound like the economy's going to get better anytime soon? It's not. You can't make it really simple. You don't need to be an economist to figure this out. Before the virus hit, we had world record debt. Every country in the world had world record debt. They could barely make the interest payments on that debt. This was before the virus now. Now we shut the economy down for what? 3-4 months? The worldwide economy gets shut down for 3 or 4 months on top of world record debt. I said then that if they could start everything up and get it running full speed as it was before the virus hit, it was still too late. The damage has already been done. There's $1.5 quadrillion in derivatives worldwide. I think the oil fiasco we had last month and the month before destroyed the economy right there through the derivatives. This worldwide economy is so crippled that a slight breeze is going to knock it over. There's 50 triggers in the world that could cause this thing to go. Now, President Trump's trying to get this thing through to, I think, what he wants is July. I think that's his target. I don't think he's trying to get it through to the election because the deep state will never let him. That's the other thing that people don't understand. President Trump does not control the worldwide economy. He has some control over America's economy, but that's a fraction of the world's economy. No one controls the worldwide economy enough to keep it going. Now, there's a lot of people in the world that could collapse the economy. A lot of them are bad guys, black hats, Illuminati. Peseurs, Rockefellers, Rothschilds, those people, Soros. What do you think they want? They want the economy to come down because they want to get President Trump out of office in 2020. They know that doesn't happen unless the economy collapses. The economy's never going to make it to the election. But I think President Trump knows that. So I think that's why we have the reset next month. Again, NESARA, which in NESARA is a reset, all debt gets wiped out, or he declares a reset and all debt gets wiped out. Either way, there's going to be a reset. Physical silver and Litecoin are insurance to protect you and your family from what's coming. Don't miss the boat. There'll be the websites for where you can buy Litecoin, buy physical silver will be in the comments section after I post the video. And they're virtually in every, if you go to the Watchman page and go back to any of the old past live chats, they're always listed in the comments section. 30% of Americans fail to make June housing payments, so rents or mortgages. 30%, a third basically, of Americans. Where do you think this is headed? Not good. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not good for the economy. It's good for us because the economy has to come down. The swamp has to drain. The pedophiles have to be exposed and eradicated. Everything that's happening is for the betterment of mankind. Now, if you're the bad guys or you don't know anything, you think a worldwide economic collapse especially sounds pretty horrible. It's not going to be. We have to have it to fix these issues, to get rid of this manipulation and corruption. All this has to happen, and it's happening. Highly likely that virus spike linked to protest. LA health official says. Well, we really want to believe him, don't we? Yeah, everybody knows LA, they're on top of it. Right. I don't believe anything you hear from a liberal official, or excuse me, any kind of official from a liberal city or state. Don't even listen to it because it's garbage. It means nothing. Just because they want something, just because they say something is so, usually means it's the exact opposite. So don't get all up in arms because these jackasses, it's all a distraction. It's to get a reaction out of you. So don't give them a reaction. It's all trying to get you off your game and get you focused on something else besides the pedophilia, which is the thing they're most scared of and should be. Bush 41 said, and he was talking specifically about the pedophilia when he said it, if these people ever find out what we've done, they'll chase us down the streets and hang us from the light poles. He's right. If people get the chance on any of these pedophiles, especially after they've seen the video, they don't want to be walking the streets. They won't last very long. Again, I'm not condoning violence. That's just a prediction. Can you imagine being a parent of one of those 800,000 kids a year that's gone missing? Being a parent and then finding out about this and seeing some of these videos? Can you imagine what you'd do if you caught them on the street? I wouldn't blame them. Twitter flags another POTUS tweet for threat of harm. Listen to this one. So President Trump tweets, "There will never be an autonomous zone in D.C. as long as I'm your president. If they try, they will be met with serious force." If I know there's a plan, but I'll tell you, if I was Barr, I'd have a hard time right now not going in and arresting every one of these bastards. Dorsey, Schmidt from Google, Zuckerberg, Bezos. They all are going to hang for treason. Write it down. Everybody I just mentioned is going to hang for treason. He's doing his job. You break the law, you better bet your ass you're going to be met with extreme force. You got the balls to correct the President of the United States? I would just love... God doesn't have to give me anything else. Give me 5 minutes with these jackasses in a room. It's the arrogance. They deserve the beating of their life for what they're doing to our country. They deserve to be hung like the traitors they are. Bezos, Schmidt, Zuckerberg, Dorsey all need to hang. Gates needs to hang. Fauci needs to hang. There are going to be thousands of traitors that are going to hang in the next year. And bring it. Hang every one of them. Anyone who's committed treason, anyone who's tortured or murdered a child needs to hang. And I think all of them are going down. Okay. That's all I got. Man, I keep going long. Okay, let's see. Okay, I can't get that one. Cecil, how you doing? Tessie, what's up? Todd, what's up? Don't worry about it, Patricia. Yeah, President Trump, something's going on. Because President Trump, last minute, as far as I know, it seemed like it was last minute, announced he was going to Arizona, and then just ended up in San Diego. I think something's going down. Something's, usually, you know, they announce this stuff way ahead of time. Roxanne, what's up? Raylyn, what's up? Oh, Raylyn. Yeah, don't worry, Raylyn. Do what you need to do. Dan Bongino says media's going to try and say Trump lost. Listen, sorry, Dan. The mainstream media is going to be in jail before the election. Write it down. Yeah, of course we're all in a cult. I mean, don't worry about it, guys. Tiffany, what's up? Jessica, hello. Yeah, but like I said, the media's done, guys. Don't worry about the mainstream media. They're going to be long gone before the election. They might be long gone before next month, middle of next month. Yeah, you notice POTUS said he was going another round of stimulus, but didn't get into details. I think it's because the reset's coming. Yep. Yeah, good job, Cecil. Yeah, up the dose a little bit, see how it goes. Yeah. Just think, I'm telling you, something else is going on here, guys. Something big is coming. Yeah. Any of these liberal, it's so far, it's like they're from another planet. They're so ridiculous. They're so out of touch with reality. It's like they're talking about something going on another planet. It's ridiculous. And they can keep spewing this crap that they know is crap with a straight face day in and day out. There are going to be a few of them hang. Laura, what's up? Yes, I think the president is definitely hinting about the reset. Yeah. Yeah, they're going to play back old CNN reruns as comedy shows when people learn the truth, because that's what they are. When you look at reality and what they're reporting, it's so far removed, it has to be comedy. It's so ridiculous. Tina's having good luck with carbon 60. That's great, Tina. Don't forget, guys, anybody having cancer problems, graviola tea. Try it. It's inexpensive and it's not going to hurt anything. Yeah, that more generous part sticks with me because obviously Nasara would be a hell of a lot more generous. Again, I'm not saying Nasara is going to happen, but there's a lot of crazy things going on right now. Wouldn't surprise me. Todd had to wear a mask first day back to work. Don't listen, guys. You got to do what you got to do. But think of your health also. The Surgeon General just came out again and said, don't wear a mask. Have your nose sticking out or whatever. Get some fresh air. It's not going to last much longer, guys. Hang in there. Carol, what's up? Eileen, what's up? Roxanne, yes, most liberals are idiots, although remember, we will forgive them. Uh-oh. Yeah, no problem, Dennis. Do what you got to do. Linda bought a new gun today. Springfield XD5. Okay, good. As long as you like it. got to get a gun, guys. Everybody should have a gun. Everybody should be carrying their guns right now. Lori, what's up? Remember, get out and shoot. You know, buying a gun and then not getting some practice in is a huge mistake. Even if you shot before. You know, you get a new gun, you want to shoot it. You got to know where that thing's, you know, hitting. And out of the box, you don't know unless you get out and practice a little bit. You got to get the feel of it. You've got to draw it. You've got to dry fire it. A lot of practice. A lot of it you can do right in your house with the dry firing, but you do need to get out and shoot some. And get some training if you're new. Oh, we're still looking for people. We need, listen guys, we need 30 or 40 firearms trainers at this point. Because, you know, we're covering the whole country. So anybody that has those skills, get a hold of Kevin or I. And anybody who can help with the Litecoin silver, help Kevin answer questions, please get a hold of Kevin. We're starting to get overwhelmed here. And just listen, when this thing blows, forget it. We are going to be overwhelmed. Yeah, I want to see Zuckerberg hang. I want to see that video. I hope they put, and there's rumors that they were going to put these executions on video for people to watch. You're going to be able to go to a website. I think you're going to be able to go to a website to watch the executions. I think you're going to be able to go to another website, or maybe the same one, to look at the evidence. And probably the trials, too, they're going to have. They're recording all of this stuff, guys. Yeah. The Democrats and the deep state have been money laundering through our government and other governments for years. Randy, what's up? Glenn, how you doing? The evil ones are going to rot in hell. That's right, Randy. It's all good, Glenn. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, forget that. Okay. Okay. Listen, here's the thing. John's talking about aliens or zombies. Don't discount this. At the end of the Obama administration, there was a lot of training going on with the police departments and the National Guard, where they were training to shoot zombies. I believe that what was planned was that they were trying to get a vaccine that either would cause people to lose their minds, either over a time period, in other words, be time released, or could be triggered by maybe something like 5G. That was the plan. Not going to happen. But I 100% believe something like that was going down. They had something in the works through Gates, I believe, and not going to work out for them. Sorry, guys. Diana needs some prayers. Low blood pressure in her legs. Numb from waist down. Hope you're feeling better, Diana. Randy bought 3 more Litecoin today. Good job. Up to 16. 9 more to go. 57 ounces of silver. Good job, Randy. Keep buying. Yeah, Brian, I don't think that's what BLM stands for, but Bush Light Matters. Who knows? Might catch on. Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel, I think, is going to hang. I think they got video of Jimmy Kimmel. Susie, how you doing? Jessica's had phone trouble. No problem, Jessica. Glad you're back. Carol, what's up? Boy, something is going on. I've got like at least 5 or 6 messages or comments that have played like 4 or 5 times. I don't know what the heck's going on. Something's definitely going on with the phones, though, guys. I don't know if it's connected to the 10 days, but something's going on. Yeah, somebody accused me last week of running a cult. I'm running a cult, guys. I'm the last guy in the world that's ever going to run a cult. Again, people have accused me of trying to start my own religion or become the Pope or whatever. Listen, I have no desire to be a pope or a priest or a preacher. I'm a watchman. I'm the messenger. Uh, our job as watchmen is going to be to facilitate the money for the way, but there's no leaders in the way. We're all equal. There's no hierarchy. So I just talked myself out of a job. That's okay because I didn't want it. Yeah, there's a lot of Black Hawk activity around the country. I think they're taking these guys down. Yeah, all these Kimmel. There's been 2 or 3. I think Ellen. Their shows are on sabbatical for the summer. Yeah, yeah. Graviola tea is for cancer, if that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, don't. There is nothing to fear with what's coming, guys. God, President Trump, and our military is 100% on this. There's nothing that these people can do that's going to change the course. Listen, all banks are going to go, guys. So if you're in Canada, you're probably worse off than we are. But get your Litecoin and silver, you're going to be fine. You don't want to depend on any bank anywhere. Banks are done. Yeah, it's going to be a necktie party in Gitmo. Yeah, you can get. Now, I've had some people tell me the graviola tea isn't that bad. And I guess you can get it in pill form too. So I don't think it makes any difference, guys. I'd probably get both. If I had cancer, I'd be taking both and probably tripling my dose of carbon 60. X22 reports good. SGT reports good. Zero Hedges good. Greg Hunter. All people I recommend. Rita, what's up? Simona, how you doing? Roxanne's got a good idea here. Make the graviola tea with lemonade or lemons. Disguises the taste. Well, but here, listen, if Jasara or Nasara, so Nasara is the program supposedly for America. Jasara is the program for the world. It's like people have dodged a bullet. If Nasara happens in America, there's going to be a lot of people that just lucked into, saving their pensions. And the good thing for the rest of us is, the watchmen, we're going to have the best of both worlds. We're going to get the benefits of Nasara plus all of our Litecoin and silver. Lance has got a gun show in Post Falls, Idaho. Pam, what's up? Powdered collagen. Huh. Okay. Lisa invited her sister to go to the range with her. She thinks she's overreacting. Won't talk to her. Lisa, do what you got to do. I'm glad this came up. I think we're at the point, guys, where the people that you're close to, or anybody that you're having some strained relationships with, back off for right now. Back off. Wait till everything blows up. Like I said, I think we're a couple of weeks away. They're going to come back to you pretty quickly. If they don't come back to you in the first couple of days, like Lisa's sister here, reach out to them, because some of them are going to probably be feeling guilty about the way they treated you and not sure how you're going to respond to them if they do reach out to you. So I don't care. It's okay for us to extend the olive branch. It's better that than not communicate with them, right? So be the bigger person and do that for your loved ones. Well, for anybody you know, any of your friends who you're having a tough time with. Cousin Bill, what's up? Cecil loves his gun. Okay, Cecil. Libby, what's up? Cecil, were you in the Marines? What were you, the company comedian? Prepare for the worst, hope for the best. That's what we do, guys. Now is the time for strength. Now is the time to be bold. Now is the time to stand up, guys. Yeah. Here is the number one rule for especially people who are new to guns. Always, 100% of the time, treat any gun you touch as being loaded. I don't care if you just unloaded it. You treat it as if it's loaded. You always, 100% of the time, need to be aware of where that muzzle is pointed, whether it's loaded or not. If you follow just that simple rule, you'll be a lot farther down the road. It's And it's the hardest thing for new people to get a handle on because they're just so excited about having a gun, they start waving it around like it's a party favor or something. There's nothing to be afraid of with guns if you know how to handle them. I've been around guns since I was, I don't know. I think I shot my dad's Browning high power 9mm when I was like 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old, and been shooting ever since. Oh yeah, the Clinton donor, is it Bing? I can't remember. Who just jumped off a 27 story building, his high rise luxury apartment. Yeah, I think we got to look deeper into that one too. Silver broke through $18 today. Just wait to see where it is in a month, guys. You're welcome, Randy. Jerry's got another 10-ounce bar of silver coming. Good job, Jerry. And your twin brother, Gary. We are united and only getting stronger. Just look what's happening at the Trump rallies. These guys, they're peeing their pants. The deep state is peeing their pants right now because they just see the crowds growing and the animosity building towards the deep state. It's not going to go well for them. Amen and thank you, Kevin. Chad, what's up? Cindy Lou, how you doing? Judy, how are you? Yeah, listen, the statues, guys, don't ignore the statues. The statues can be replaced. Don't get all fired up over the statues. No big deal there. Buildings can be rebuilt. We're on the right track here. Focus on that. Focus on the plan. Keep red pilling and preparing. Nothing's changed. We finish this thing. We push through to the end. A good number for Litecoin and silver is as much as you can get as quick as you can get it. You know, a goal I would say would be 100 ounces of silver and 25 Litecoin. I've got a lot more than that. If you can get more, get more. Listen, if you leave your money in the bank's going to end up with it. So it's better to have it in silver and Litecoin. Well, President Trump's going to be in the catbird seat because he's going to be controlling all these corporations. Listen, you have to read the executive order from 12/21/17. Any corporation involved in human trafficking or corruption can have their assets seized. Any corporation or individual. Bill Gates, all these people I just mentioned are going to be stripped of their wealth. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. You know, this 1%, the wealthiest people in the world, they're all going to have their assets stripped. All of them. Gates, Zuckerberg, Soros, anybody you can name. Obama, the Bushes, the Clintons. Hell, I heard Chelsea Clinton just had to file for bankruptcy. This is over for these guys. Well, no, the deep state, the cabal, they're totally befuddled. They did not expect this. They thought, listen to this. They thought they were going to defeat God and President Trump. That's what they actually thought was going to happen here. They thought their God, Satan, and them were going to defeat God and President Trump. Not happening, not even close. You're welcome, Judy. You're welcome, Michael. Matt, how's it going? Rita, you're doing awesome. Keep going, Rita. Rita's kicking ass. Okay, guys. That's all the questions. Oop. Here's my halo. Yeah, I'm joking. Um, remember, guys, there's not much time left. You know, a couple of weeks maybe. Let's push through till the end. Every person we red pill, we change their lives and their families' lives. I keep saying, there will never be another opportunity like this. If your goal in life is to help people, you're never going to have another opportunity like this. Because the impact we're going to have this first go around with Litecoin and silver and how that changes people's lives, you know, we're going to be able to help people down the road with these things. And we'll want to keep people investing in Litecoin and silver for the next several years. But they're never going to make as much as they are going to make right now. Because once the first wave is over, yeah, you're going to make money down the road, but it's not going to be the same return on investment, not even close. So get on it now. I'm going to wrap it up there for tonight, guys, with our prayer for God and country. Amen. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.